More frictions in the People's Democratic Party in the Southwest as faction loyal to Chief Makanjolo Ogunnipe complains they were locked out of the Akure leaders meeting. They insist they disagree with the outcome of yesterday's meeting. And all appear set for the Port Harcourt showdown as major PDP bigwigs of the PDP ready for convention, but some members are not happy with the zoning arrangement for the chairmanship position. Is the PDP ready for the business of opposition? But that's our focus on the program. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. Well, he's glad to have you join us on the program. So many developments on the political scene. Some of the stories we're hearing today is that the budget that was passed is a clean one. That's what the budget minister says. This is amidst of all of the controversies and the allegations of budget padding. Well, let's give you an understanding of some of the political stories we're following right now.
Political roundup, Channels Television. Yeah, are your top political stories this time.
The last is yet to be heard of the budget pardon controversy. The federal government continued in series of town hall meetings. Earlier, the Minister of Budget and National Planning at the meeting said the budget passed by the President was a better document than the first budget returned to it by the National Assembly. Senator Udo Udoma, who was responding to question on whether there are items in the budget that reflect the accusation of pardon by the former chairman of the House Committee on Appropriation, Honorable Abdul Mumin Jibril. The minister said the executive sent the budget to the National Assembly, but was not satisfied with the initial output by the legislature, which reworked it and returned it to the presidency. He added that the president signed it because the document was a better one. And the politics of Abia State gets more interesting as the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has reserved judgment in an appeal filed by the governor of Abia State, Okezie Ikpeazu, who is challenging the judgment of the Federal High Court, which sacked him as governor of the state. Mr. Ikpeazu had filed the appeal against the judgment of Justice Okon Abang, delivered on the 27th of June. Justice Abang had ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to issue Ikpeazu's challenger in the 2015 People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship primaries, Uche Oga, with a certificate of return after the court disqualified Mr. Ikpeazu over tax evasion. The five-man bench of the Court of Appeal also directed that parties to the case should not take further steps until the appeal court's judgment on the case is delivered. In another 2 days or so, the people of Edo State in Nigeria's South-South region will know those candidates certified by INEC to run the September 11 election. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) says it will publish and present the official register of voters for the Edo governorship election on Thursday, 11th of August 2016. The Commission says it will also publish the list of nominated candidates by political parties on the same day. INEC says this is in compliance with Section 20 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, which provides that the register of voters for an election shall be issued not less than 30 days before such an election. Also, Section 34 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended provides that the list of nominated candidates shall be published not less than 30 days before an election.
And you're up to date. Those are your top political stories you need to know.
Thank you so much for staying with us, everyone. Well, let's now dive into some of the issues relating to the PDP leadership. But the reconciliation meeting of the Southwest leaders held in Akure, the capital of Ondo State, yesterday, does not appear to have gone the way it was intended. There have been contentions over the leadership of the party in the Southwest by the then Dr. Eddie Olafeso, who had emerged as the chairman of the party in the region, with the Chief Makanjuola Ogundipe going to court to obtain a judgment to say the tenure of the Ogundipe leadership will expire in 2018. But the meeting, which was meant to reconcile leaders and members alike, was also meant to bring major stakeholders to agree on a consensus candidate. Well, the Eddie Olafeso faction were in the room, but the Ogundipe faction, they claim they were disallowed from gaining entrance into the hall. Well, now let's hear from Dr. Olafeso on what actually transpired at the meeting.
The key issue within this meeting is unity amongst our leaders and the teaming followers of People's Democratic Party in view of this very, very difficult situation facing Nigeria. We need to provide, quality opposition to the APC government at the center and to ensure that Nigerians are not shortchanged in the events of political development in this country. We're going to talk to our aggrieved, groups within the party and ensure that we all come together. But the reality is that our party, from this moment on, must learn to be disciplined and to ensure that, we begin to talk to one another in a way that can bring unity amongst us. The past has been very difficult since 2015. We must chart a new beginning for our people, and we must continue to do what is right in terms of our behavior, in terms of our relationship with one another. I do believe that the leadership will continue to talk to all members and leaders of the party to come together to work for the betterment of this party in the future.
We'll try to connect with Chief Makanjuola Ogundipe and his faction, who are not happy at the moment based on the arrangement and the scenario which played out in Akure yesterday. They say if the party is willing to reconcile members and move forward, they should be in the scheme of things. Chief Makanjuola Ogundipe will be talking to us later in the program. Meanwhile, the essence of the meeting was to agree on a consensus candidate. Well, it appears that some leaders had agreed that the position should go to Lagos and Ogun State. Well, that appears to, that's how some leaders agree that the zoning should go. Well, some others believe that Chief Bode George is the zone's consensus candidate. Well, these are some of the thoughts of Chief Bode George after the meeting in Akure yesterday. All right, we take a moment on the program, and when we return, we hear from Chief Bode George and Professor Adedoja on this issue. Then we take on our guest on the PDP leadership. Stay with us. We'll be right back.